All right. Good morning, guys. So I hope everyone joined last class. Is anyone who is not attend last class? So please provide your details. People who don't receive the last class email, the recording, the course content and document, those people also can drop your details in the chat box. So today is the second demo, a practical class. What we discussed in the last class, we'll discuss today practically. Okay. So kindly share your details in the chat box who didn't receive the last session recording. Okay, so we have discussed in the last class this picture, how we get the data, what is our VI end-to-end process, the same thing how we can implement the on-premises infrastructure in the cloud. So practically we'll discuss today the same how we are doing in the on-premises, the infrastructure, the development, the physical servers, the physical database, a physical SQL Server installation, a virtual machine, a systems, a storages. The same thing we are moving towards the cloud. So after this COVID, a lot of companies are migrating towards the cloud. So low cost, high maintenance, budget friendly, no infrastructure, highly is required, easily manageable. As per services required, we can create. Whenever it's not required, we can pause the service, and how much storing we can use that, or that amount only will be charged. So in the last class, I explained how we are going to get the data, what is your main role in the company, why BI developers are required for a company, how different this profile from other profiles, because this is mandatory, is required for a company. Data analyst, business intelligence, data engineer, data analyst. So without having the data, we cannot take the decisions. End of the end users, owners, business, they have some different backgrounds. They're not technical background. So end of the day, they will ask the report. Maybe separate team is there, Power BI, SSRS or other Cognos, Tableau reporting who automate those reports on daily basis to the client. But as I told you in the last class, without having a knowledge on ETL, there is no even job for the reporting people. Current situation. Because until unless you don't understand what is happening in the background, how the data is getting, how they are managing, how we are fixing. So if you are going for reporting developer, any ETL is mandatory. Any ETL is mandatory, whether it's Informatica, whether it's SSIS, whether it's a data factory. For report developers, for ETL developer is not required any reporting knowledge. So all the places we're going to work. So same way, in on-premises, if you are available 250 GB and you have highly transactions, you want to increase 500 GB, it is not suitable easily. And it is not easy to migrate 250 to 500 GB. Yes, you can do with the external disk or other extra disk, but whether that system will support to that configuration to that storages or not, that we don't know. Due to that, it may lag the performance, degradation issues, lagging issues, performance issues. So those things also we need to consider, because when you are increasing the space, that configuration supports or not, we don't know. IT team is required, support team is required, the configuration we have to pre-validate, and then we need to migrate to higher GBs. But in the cloud, you not require any maintenance team. You don't require physical maintenance team or storage team. Whatever the different data storages that we have, data lake, synapse, file systems, blob storages, or other storages. There are many storages are there. SQL storages, databases, Azure SQL, manage instance, and those services are something how much you going to store. You have to pay for that. But in on-premises, you need to purchase the enterprise license for a project. And you have to maintain everything. Separate dedicated resources are required, separate team is required, separate salaries have to pay for those users. So due to that, there is a lot of jobs are increasing for the cloud developers, cloud backend support, because you are acting like a virtual, as I said in the last class, you are acting like a virtual, you're accessing through portal. Generally, how you order your products online, Amazon, Flipkart, you will order some products, whether it's a gadget, whether it's a electronic, whether it's a clothing, you order product by paying some amount. The same way, Azure given one portal, one store name called Azure. The portal name is portal.azure.com, where you can order any sort of services, whatever you want to order, you can order for the particular timestamp, for particular period, how much GB is required. And it is not like only the fixed one. You can increase or decrease, scale in and scale down. Today you want to increase 500 GB, you can increase. No, tomorrow transactions are not getting, you can decrease. So that will be challenges in the on-premises, but easily can be managed under cloud. So in Azure, there are 2 to 3 types of subscription that we have in Azure. So you can connect to the azure.com, where you will find 3 types of subscription. One is free subscription. Generally, when you go to the Netflix, Amazon Prime, what you do, you need to purchase some subscription to watch the movies. Here also you need to have minimum subscription. Student account or subscription, you can say, or pay as you. This is a generally company use. How much you're going to use, you need to pay for that amount. Monthly basis, they have a tie-up. Yearly basis, quarterly, based on their tie up with the Microsoft. So we are also using the pay-as-you-go subscription, that is monthly basis billing. Every 1 month we get a bill, and that is a very minimum because we're going to know which to use, when to delete. And this is the one which you can practice pre-subscription. Generally, when you want to purchase some product in Amazon, Flipkart, I told you there are different categories. The same way we have a different categories here. Platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, different categorized. And different categorized having in different cloud providers like Amazon AWS, Google GCP, Microsoft Azure, different platforms. We have different categories. You are not going to work on all the categories. We always select what is our background. In small companies, you have to work everything. But in the companies, what is your role? For what you got hired? On which profile you are working? On which application you are working? For that, on particular role, you have to work in the cloud. You are not going to work on all the platforms. There is a separate team is there who take care about the infrastructure, who take care about the platform, who take care about the software. So what are the related services like as we are data engineer, data analyst, business analyst, what we required to develop that project, business analyst or data analyst or data engineer, what we required. We play completely here with the data. I told you in the first class also, whatever the format you get, whether it's a Parquet, CSV, TXT, tab separated, comma separated, JSON, XML, cloud, databases, data lake, whatever it is, this is your source. So your work is completely to manage the data. The entire your life will be a data. The data may be categorized into different ways: structure, semi-structure, and unstructured. So this data, a different format which is not able to analyze by your users, owners. They will not understand XML. They will not understand Parquet. They will not understand XML or JSON or CSV. Even if I give a CSV file also, what they will do with the CSV, rows and columns. Okay, Excel also provide rows and columns. They want some interactive reports, graphs. Even if I go with the Power BI developer also, if I share with this, one time they can develop. If I ask them to, the same file we get on daily basis, and there are 10 to 12 files are there is 100 files are there. Power BI developer cannot do that. He will ask again, provide me centralized data. He will ask us to provide centralized data. If you have 100 of files, if you have 100 of files, 100 of files, each file have a millions of records. How can I do in the Power BI? It is not possible. One file I can do extract and I can show the report. But 100 of file I cannot load in my Power BI. Again, I am saying Power BI is not a ETL tool. Power BI is just a reporting tool, which is provided by your Microsoft only. So that is the reason what ETL developers are do, which whatever the formats that gets, they convert into proper information, proper meaningful information, readable data, understandable data, and that data we load in the databases in a centralized inventory or data warehouse centralized place. From there, your reporting will be done. And this is not one time. Every day you get 100 of files. So you have to be ready for that. For that, you will be developing packages, pipeline, manage, transformation. This is only the work that you do in real time. Okay, so entire thing will be a data. So To work with this one in Azure.com is a place where you can create or to understand what are the Azure is giving you platform services or infrastructure services detail level, or you can create a free account which Microsoft going to give you 200 USD dollars in Indian currency, 13 to 14,000 based on the USD rate in INR. You cannot withdraw this amount. This is something that you can purchase. Example, I want to purchase the storages. I want to purchase the ETL tool. I want to purchase the database. So to purchase some services, you require some amount to be paid to the Microsoft. Even if you go for Amazon, Flipkart, what you do to purchase some product, you have to pay from your pocket. If you want to purchase some electronic product, clothing, gadget, you have to pay from your pocket. Then only you can order that product. In Azure also, if you want to order something, the services, data warehouse, ETL, SSIS, data factory, storages, data lake, you have to order it. You have to order it. That order charges will be detected. And that you don't need to pay from your pocket. Microsoft giving you for practicing or to elaborate their services, to do some sort of, they are doing from their side marketing, to visit the users to our site, understand the services. For that, they are giving you 200 USD dollars. And that will valid only for 1 month, 30 days. So after that, how to practice? Create one more. Create one more, not a problem. With different email address, different account. But there is some things are required. What is required, I'll explain you in the class. Okay. And this is for student. Microsoft giving you 100 USD dollars. And this is something called monthly billing, which you need to pay from your pocket. So to work with this Azure is, again, I'm saying, is a big subject or ocean, you can say. So we always need to select based on your background. If your background in data, if your background in BA, if your background in reports, if your background in MIS, if your background in some BPO side, non-technical, so you can go for that. Or you want to switch some, you're already working some Informatica, already you're working in some Power BI, you're working in other tools, SAP tools, or anywhere you want to switch, you can switch it. No company will ask you what you're working there. Company will give you the designation. You are working as a developer, associate, senior developer, software developer, business intelligence. They may use multiple tools. Today you got hired for associate, tomorrow you may get some other role. You are not going to work only on one tool. In IT, we work on different tools based on the client project. Based on the client, we change our products. If client is asking me to work or develop same project in the Informatica, I'll develop it. For that, I need to just understand how it works. If client is asking to develop same data factory in SSIS, I can do that. So any company, they just see whether when they go for background verification, they'll just see whether this person is working so and so period or not. They'll not see what you're working, how you're working, what your profile. Nothing is matter. So you have to show your complete skills showcase in the interview, in technical panel. HR is not responsible. HR will not come in the IT side. HR will just collect your document. That's it. You want to show, you have to showcase in your technical panel. That's it. You come from the non-technical background. If you show your technical skill, answer whatever he asks in the interview panel, that's it. No matter what background you are, whether it's a degree, VPO, or whether it's a diploma, BTech, whatever it is. You will get a data analyst, you will get a data engineer process, or business intelligence, or SSIS developer, or ETL developer, anything you might get. Okay, that we'll see later. So based on background, if I'm working also in SQL, I can go with this, or DBA, I can go with this. Because why I am saying is there are many services are there in Azure. So which service suitable for our background, we can do that. It is not compulsory to use that only. We can go or we can switch to other profile also. All right. So to work with this one, we have one portal called portal.azure.com. This is a place we develop completely online. That is in cloud. So that doesn't mean you do in the cloud. You are acting like a definitely virtually, no doubt. You're working like a virtually. You're working in the portal. No on-premises, no installations are required. But background, I told you there is a data centers. On behalf of you, somebody is working on behalf of you. Data centers are there. Data centers are there on behalf of you working. Microsoft support team is working. Whatever issues come, whatever it is not understanding, you can simply raise the Microsoft portal ticket. Okay, how to do that? We'll discuss in the coming classes. So same picture will practically will design. So this is how we explain to the client how the data comes, what we do in the ETL, how to manage, how to create pipeline, how to load the data, then reporting team, how they do, how they present. This we see. If you go internal technical things, they will ask you to extract from here, extract from here, extract from on-premises. So wherever data is there, you have to be ready and you have to be present. So your data is in the data lake, your blob storages, or any other storages. Okay. All right. Let's see practically how to design this one. Okay. This is one of the case studies. This is one of the case studies. How to extract the data by using the data factory pipeline. How to load the data, how to manage, how to present. I'm showing that. So for that, I told you any subscription is required. And to development, go to this portal. So I'm just logging it. Azure.com. This is the place. So a lot of things are engaging with the Azure with the concept called AI also. Going further, you'll see a lot of things that are this one, Azure. So not only BI process you're doing, also you're helping to the artificial intelligence for data processing. So you will be a part of the team for processing a big data. Okay, many lot of other things are there. You can explore what are the free services you are getting, what are the other services you are getting. So there are two subscription. Student is not doing any sort of marketing, but right now you have two subscription. If you want student, you need to go and search Azure student account. Okay, go to the Microsoft portal link and create. Sorry. So this is your student account. You can create it. $100. No credit are required. But for here is required. What are the services they are giving you for free? What is the pay as you have? This is a comparison. This is a comparison between your pay and your free. Mostly all are similar. Definitely you're paying something means some sort of premium services you'll get. But yes, for practicing, you must go with a free account. But when you're describing, you have to say you are working on premium or pay as you go subscription. Okay, let's see here. So you just sign up. So once you sign up, you will be coming back to the portal.azure.com. This is the place. This is the place you're going to work. So entire thing will be working under Azure only. There is no hidden tool, guys. Today I'm explaining this tool. Tomorrow in company you see some different tool. No chance. Whatever we are seeing here, same thing you do in the real time. Because you are not installing some other tools, there you will find some other tools. No, whatever we are doing here, same as it is copy paste in the real time. Whatever case studies we are on daily basis we are seeing, same thing you have to explain in the interview. What pipeline you worked, what activities you used, what transformations you did, what storages you worked, same copy paste. So what we required, first understand whenever you're doing something, first understand your manager is asked you to do this one, develop this one. My work as a business intelligence or data analyst or be a developer, I need to understand this data, what format it is, how to extract, how to load, how to manage. Leave about this part. Okay. So what you required, this is one service. Data factory is another service. SQL database is another service. Three services are required. Can we create three services? First is data factory. Don't worry, I'll go through every portal, all the portals options. For time being, we don't have time, so I'm just directly creating it. On regular classes, we'll see detail level one by one. I'm just showing you the picture, how practically we can do. So very simple, create. Everything is in like a form. Click on create, and also you can parallelly work on multiple tabs. You can parallelly work on multiple tabs. It is not will disturb the other service. But in on-premises, if you are installing one service, until unless that installation complete, you cannot go to the other service. But here you can work. See, I'm creating here as a Vinay Tech resource group, demo resource group. Okay, this is my project name. My data factory name is ADF demo. Okay, data center. What is a data center? Different data centers you have. Where is your data center? We'll select that. East US. So what is the version 1, version 2, GitHub? This is all we're going to discuss in regular class. So already I shared the topic list, whatever we are covering it. Again, today also I'll share, go through it. Okay, let's get it simple, just deployment. That's it. All you can see through notification, no other thing, because you are not physically maintaining, you are not physically involved. What is happening background? That is not our headache. This is completely deployments, creation, done, is ready. Your data factory is ready. Now launch the studio. Simple. So here you're going to develop. So this is a place where you're going to develop your pipelines, data pipeline. So meantime, I also will develop other services like blob storages account, storages account, and SQL account. Create the storage. Okay. So what we can do, we'll create it. Simple. So select the project. Select the project. What is your project name? Provide a project name. Same project. The storage account name. This is my Azure storage account new. This is my or Azure storage demo. And what you want here is data lake or normal storage. Normal storage I want. Don't worry about backups and all. I'll explain what all I'm selecting. This is just a backup purpose. And parallelly, I'll create the database also. For database, generally what you do, you install SQL Server, you require softwares, you will be installing it. If something is not updated, you have to update first. These are the steps you have to follow, no doubt. Otherwise, it will not install, right? You require these steps. You require setup file. You first need to download it, which version it is. Go through the setup file, installation planning, updates. If update is not there, you have to install .NET frameworks. And then you have to properly install it each and every step by step. Otherwise, it will not install. So that is the reason what we are doing it here is in very simple way, I'm creating database on very simple basis. Simply create database, create database. Select the service, your project name, vinaytech demo resource group. Your database name is customer database. Under which server? There's a server should be required, right? vinaytech SQL server. My server name is vinaytech SQL server. Location is East US. That's it. User admin, user ID, password. So that's it. Click OK. But here you are installing in where you are installing in your local, you are installing in the C drive. If you see this document, database engine you are installing in a particular C drive, and C drive you have a space 100 GB. Definitely your data will store in the database in a form of tables, in a form of rows and columns, but background the space is using is C drive. If C drive is full, your data you cannot store in a rows and columns. It will throw you error that space is full. But in the cloud, we are storing the data on a particular location, East US location. And how much GB you want, you can select from here. Let's suppose I want today 10 GB. I'll select 10 GB. Tomorrow I want 100 GB. I'll select the 100 GB. It's very user friendly. Max GBs I can select 250 and you can go more than that. 250 GB. And even if I take 2 GB also, do you see any changes in the cost? No change in the cost. If I increase high also, no change in the cost. If you increase 250 GB also, no change in the cost. Because when you purchase a laptop also, the cost will be changes to 500 to 1 TB increase. Cost will not change that. But when you try to increase the core processors, when you try to increase the RAM, memory, internal core processors, CPUs, then your cost will be doubled. That is because of that performance. The same way, when you increase the performance of that database or query, you can see it is multiplying with that amount. If you increase the performance, simultaneously cost also will increase. So this we call data transactions unit. Your database will be charged based on the data transactions unit. So I don't require this much of core processor. What is that? We'll discuss in detail level in coming classes, but I want just basic, where I'm having a 1 GB of disk and minimum 5 data transactions unit. And this is my estimated cost, not immediately charged. Estimated cost per month. We are saying that it is estimated cost. It is not going to charge. Based on that, how much you're using, how much you're accessing on daily basis, it will charge. So click apply, that's it. 1 GB I'm selecting. Backup, review, and create. Okay, let it get deployed. It's starting deploying. And we go to the storages account. This is my storage account. You can see blob is created. Blob is there. File share is there. Queue is there. Table is there. What you want, blob service. This is also similar like a data lake, but it is not a data lake. It is a binary large object storage account we call. So I'm creating one folder called container. Here I'm writing the container, that is a demo logs or demo files. Inside that, I'm going to upload some documents. What documents? You can upload anything. You can save it and you can share with someone. How you use a Google Drive? The same way you can use this one. Data lake, storages, blob storages, anything. Practice data. I'll upload this file. Or you can upload multiple files. It's up to you. And I have a file which contains some data. View data. This is my data. And this data, country data, I want to load in a table. Right? We got this picture. Where is the picture? This is the picture. Blob storage ready. Container I created, demo logs. Inside there is a file which having country data. And data factory is also ready. We'll create one pipeline and database is under deployment. We'll extract this file. We'll load the file and then we'll present this data in the form of graphs. Okay, can we go to the data factory now? This is my data factory, only 3 tabs. What I want to do, I want to develop one pipeline, data pipeline. I want to do some data pipeline, which loads the data from your Azure blob storage to Azure SQL database storage pipeline. Here I want to load the data. This is my one new pipeline, which I'm going to extract and load the data. Okay. So for that, I created one pipeline. I'm using one activity. What is that activity? There are different type of activity, different type of transformations are there. What are those things? We'll see in regular class. What is the copy data? Yes, guys, please mute your mics. Any doubts? I'll answer your questions. So we are copying the data from blob storage to Azure SQL database storage. This is what we are doing it. This is what our requirement. This is what our client is asking. This is one of the case studies. So what to do? Source. We know a source is blob storage. Already storage account is ready. Click new because we need to select. So this is what we can use in Data Factory is a famous with the multiple sources, structure, unstructured, semi-structured data. Lot of connectivities are there, and this is something like every day it gets new added, new sources are added. So wherever the data is there, we can easily extract with the credentials. If you have a credentials, you can easily extract wherever the data is. There are many sources are there from where we can extract your data. Wherever data is there, even you don't know those accounts are there inside this one. We can easily extract. So my data is in under blob storage. I'll just search it, blob storage. This is the storage account. Inside what sort of format? Structured, semi-structured, unstructured. Select the extension of the file. CSV. Continue. This is my source file, country file. I am creating a connection. What is this link service? Don't worry. Right now you'll not understand. I will explain in detail level in the regular class. Just understand I'm creating a connection. Just understand this is a connection. This is my storage account. Okay. Is my database is created? Yes, it is created. You can see this is my customer DB under vinaytech SQL Server. And data management also there. You not require any DBA team to tell you how much GB is left, how much GB is occupied. You can see the picture here, pie chart. 1 GB. You getting high transaction, increase the space. Again, go back to the data management, settings, compute storage. I want to increase to 2 GB. Yes, immediately you can increase or decrease anytime. So more 1 GB I need to expand because we are getting huge volume of data. So 1 GB to I want to increase to 2 GB and I'll apply. Scale in and scale down. Now let me go back again. Data management. Overview. Okay, it is applied successfully 1 GB. And you can see to monitor tab to increase to 2 GB. Is it possible quick access in on-premises? 250 to 500, lot of approval required, lot of discussions are required, lot of IT teams involvement. Configuration support or don't know, we don't know. Application will work properly or don't know. Performance issues we get, degradation issues. Very simple in a cloud. Okay. What is your server name? My server name is you can see in the overall or you can select vinaytech SQL Server. This is your server name. This is your server name. So go to the data factory. So I'm selecting the file first. That is the source. Here you have a file. Okay. And you can preview the data. This is what we extracted data, right? This is the data we need to load. Where you want to load? In the target, that is sync. So where you want to load? In the targets. Target is database. What is a database? On premises, Azure cloud, or where it is? So this is my target data set. Connection is required. Yes. Connections are required. Legacy option. Connect Vinaytech SQL Server. Database is customer database. You want to connect through user ID and password. Test the connection, because if it's failed, then your file will fail. So if it is succeed, that means connection established properly. Okay, done. Click OK. And do you have a table? No, we don't have any table. I don't know how to create the table also. No worries. If you know, well and good. If you don't know, you can create at runtime. And even you don't require, anyone know which tool we use to connect to the SQL server or to write a query?
SSMS.
Which platform we use? SSM required to install. We can directly go
Windows.
and work in the cloud only, but it is good to have yes, but it is good to have install SSMS also. But if you don't have, no problem. The Microsoft is releasing the query editor. It is in preview. Lot of features are need to add, but still it is working on that. But basic things we can work now with the query editor. User ID and password. And we can write a queries, we can select, we can create tables, alter tables. We can do that by using this one, query editor. Okay, how to create table? Very simple. Create table customer data, that is CID, C name, customer name, customer amount, or you can say revenue, and country. Okay, that's it. Your table is ready. No data. Your file is ready. We extracted the file. Now we need to load the table which we created, empty table we created. Here we need to load by using the pipeline. That's simple. So I'm selecting the table. I don't have table created it. Now we have a customer table data. Click OK. Click OK. That's it. Table also ready. But it is an empty table. And do the mappings. Mapping is very, very important as ETL developers, because some columns are different. Target columns are different. See, we have a CID, but file we are getting EID. File we have a ename, our table having CNAME. Here we have a revenue, here we have a salary. So this is very, very important. Country is matching. Done. Validate, no issues. Let's execute. And meantime, let's open the Power BI also. If you have, yes, we have a Power BI. Meantime, I'm opening the Power BI also. So you can see here success, fail, error message, everything in the output. Okay, this is my input, this is my output, this is my picture. You can understand by seeing this, how much read is happened, how much file is read, how much row is read, how much row is written, how many connections are used, how many data integration used. Each service I told you, each services will charge some amount. Your data factory is charging data integration. Your database is charging data transactions. Your storage is charging, storage is capacity based. That should be given through free account. Okay. Almost 40 record is processed. Can we go and cross check in our database? I'll cross check here. Okay. This is my data. If you don't know, just put a count. That's it. How many records? 40 records. I can do that. If client is want, I can even connect in my SSMS, I can share the data. But client doesn't want this all data. Client wants some graphical way. Client want some summary data. They never see who customer what they purchase. They always want aggregated data, summary data. Summary data means country-wise, sum of revenue as revenue, comma, how many client or employees are there as counts. Group by the country. This data they want to see. This data they want to see. But the question here is, sir, why you are loading the data in the database? Nobody asked me. Anyone know why I am loading the data in the database? Why I am loading the data in the database? That is my question to you people. You can ask if you want to analyze this data, you can analyze in the file only. Why you are wasting our time? If you want to analyze this aggregated data, which country having how much revenue, how many employees are there, you can do in the file only. You can understand in the file only. Why this big ETL or pipeline created? You can ask that question to me. Yeah, to store the data in the structure format, a table, if you see, structure format in the sense this is not a structure format. You said is correct to store the data in the structure format. But this is not a structure you cannot understand. ID is there, employee ID is there, employee name is there. This is also structured data only. Again, you will ask me, sir, you cannot do this way. You cannot analyze this way in the file. Summary data. Canada, how many counts are there? 6. You cannot find out. You cannot find out wherever the Canada is. I'll do that also. If you want, I'll show you. Let's show you that also. I'll put this. I'm good at it the Excel side. So if you want, I'll do that also. What happened? My system is getting very slow today. So in the exact aggregate data, summary data, which you are seeing here, in the Excel also, if you see, I'll paste here. Okay, I'll paste here. There's a comma separated, sorry, not comma, not tab, not comma. And if you want to see, I'll filter out Canada data, right? How many employees are there? Almost 6 employees are there. 6 count is there. No, sir, you want to see same picture like this? I'll do here only. Okay, you want that picture? I'll put it in the Excel format. You want country wise. You want sum of salary. You want what you want, sum of salary, right? Sum of salaries. And you want the employees IDs information, employee ID information as count. See that? Do you see any difference here? Same data I generated. Same data, whatever you seen in the ETL flow, whatever you're doing here, which extracting the unnecessary data, creating the service, you're loading the data or presenting. You want presentation? I'll do the presentation also here. You want what sort of chart you want? Let me put different charts. You want pie chart, graph, column chart? Which chart you want? Tell me, I'll do that. 3D, 2D, which one you want? See how much it is occupied, all the details. 44% is occupied by your Canada in terms of revenue. To automate and maintain the everyday data. Yeah, that is one of the point you can consider, because every day we cannot do the manual work. To automate on daily basis, it is not possible. It is a manual work involvement. But again, on daily basis, if you give, this is a one file you did. If you give me 10 to 50 files, it is not possible easily. And this Excel also max to max support. If you see that rows also 10 lakhs, not more than 10 lakhs. If tomorrow you give me 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, millions of records, it is not possible in Excel also. That is a big challenge. To overcome this all, we have a concept called ETL pipelines, data pipelines. Large data, correct. The large data we can do. So, and once it is processed, you can present in your Power BI or wherever you want. You present very simple blank report where how you want to get in a Power BI. Take the data in Power BI, okay? So get the data. Where is your data? More sources. Click on more sources. More sources. Click on more sources. Okay. Where is your data? Data is in the Azure. Click on Azure. Very simple. Your data is in where? In Azure, a lot of services are there in database. Click on connect. And even the report also you can do the automate. ETL you need to automate. That is a very important because you cannot do the manual work. And same way the same report which I develop in the Excel, I'll develop here. What is your server name? I'll go to the server. This is my server. Let's copy overview. Okay, I want to go to the overview back and select the server details. You will find your server name, or you can copy paste. Select the clipboard, copied and paste. Click on connect. Provide user ID and password if it is asked, and select the table and present the data. Very simple. So this is what end to end we are working on development. So system is very slow today. Maybe I need to update or restart the system. Okay, this is my server. And there is only one table that we have. You have two database, but what table is one just now which we loaded. Where you are connected? On-premises in Power BI desktop. Any questions, guys, meantime? We are lagging time. Any questions, doubts, meantime? I hope everyone shared your details. Customer database. In that we have a table. Just load it. Load means it is not that means you are loading in the some other sources. You are loading to present the report. Yeah, in Azure there is SSIS is there. We're going to learn the SSIS also. SSIS is very important because you cannot jump data factory directly. You need to know the groundwork first, how the data factory came in the market. Without SSIS, there is no, you cannot understand directly data factory. So you have to go through first SSIS, then data factory. So SSIS also a lot of requirements are there, lot of jobs on SSIS. Very important tool that is. Even if you have a knowledge on SSIS also, you can jump to the interviews. That I'm going to cover because SSIS project only they are developing in the data factory. SSIS is a very old tool, almost 15-20 years back tool. If that tool is working from last 20 years with a structured data, you can imagine data factory with support all the format with multiple sources and target. And you can think how big market for data factory. So easily you can go through, at least you need to prepare one tool perfectly. Any tool you go, minimum you have to prepare one tool perfectly with you when you are carrying to the real time. If you want to complete one tool completely, take one tool basic. And one more thing, guys, for any tool, I told you first class, initial class also, because I don't want to hide. Minimum SQL is required. DDL language, DML language, views, SP, basic SP. I'm not talking about the complexity here. Very basics are required. Some functions is basics are required. I'm going to cover wherever it required, but I would request you also people to go through it. Basic is required, mandatory, not only our Azure, Power BI or any other tool, BI tools. Mandatory is SQL, basic SQL. I'm not talking about the complex SQL, basic SQL is required. Okay. So data is processed, 40 rows is getting processed, and we can present the data. What data you want to present in a form of chat, present the data. I think I need to restart my system. Okay, no problem. We'll see this in the next session. Any other questions? Any other doubt, guys? Any questions for me? Any doubts?